Jess, hi. Wonderful. Okay, good. So we're going to get started, assuming you can hear me. All right. So we're going to start by taking a nice deep breath tonight. I can't see you, so say whatever you need to say in the chat. If I need to tweak anything, if you can't see something, let me know. We're going to take a nice deep breath to start. So you're going to make sure that your feet are grounded on the floor. You're going to roll your shoulders back. And you're going to take a nice deep breath all the way into your feet. Let your belly expand. And let out whatever you need to from your day. All right. Another nice deep breath in. And exhale. A couple important postural things to start while you keep breathing, whoever is here. We want to make sure that we're never holding our stomach in. So we're staying lifted, but we're not holding our stomach in. If you've taken ballet, that's going to be the hardest thing I ask you to do all day. We're always going to want to have nice soft knees. So as we're doing twists and things with our hips, we're going to want to make sure that we're not putting any pressure on our knees. So make sure that they're nice and soft and make sure that you keep breathing. All right. So we're going to start just with a gentle warm up. Again, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. We're just going to take a nice stretch up. We're going to reach with our side body, each side, breathing into any tightness in the side of our body today. Another stretch each side. And now we're going to grab onto our wrist and take a little stretch to the side. Again, breathing into any tight spots. And then over to the other side. We're going to take a nice stretch out. You want to pinch your shoulder blades together and really be getting a nice stretch through the center and back. And again, I'm doing a little mini plie as I do this, but you don't have to. A couple more times, loosening things up. And then we're going to take a stretch, reaching forward and back, and forward and back. Again. And reach. And then we're going to go across our body, stretching just another way, getting a little bit warmed up. All right, and you're going to take some shoulder rolls, coming together, really pinching our shoulder blades together. When I do this, I like to keep my hands on the sides of my hips. It just looks a little more polished rather than kind of having our hands sort of floating out here. So just coming together here, just make sure there are no more comments. Hello, everybody. And then we're going to do one at a time. Rolling back to start. Again, I'm tracing the sides of my hips here. And then we're going to roll forward. All right, now we're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears and really pinch them and drop. One more time, pinch up to our ears and drop. And last time, pinch up and drop. I'm going to try turning on the music. Let me know if it works. Sometimes it's a little glitchy and I have that weird glare behind me. Hold on. All right. All good? All right. So we're going to start by doing a little slide with our hips. So we're going to slide to the side and back. Again, making sure we have nice soft knees. I'm going to see if I can get rid of this glare for you. Keep going side to side. Let's see if we can you can get my ladder in there. Okay. All right. Side and side. And then we're going to circle around, making nice big circles with our hips. One of the things with the belly dance hip circle is you want to make sure that we're making this centered on our pelvic floor, as opposed to like if I'm doing it kind of big here, it's more rooted and grounded and centered. All right, so circling around, still part of our warm-up. And then change directions. You might notice if you're new to this that you notice like catches in your hips, like certain areas where it's not quite as smooth, and that just comes with time. So we're working through it. Switch directions again. And switch. Now, if you've done this before, we're going to keep switching. If you've done this before, you're going to practice making really tiny circles or really big circles. So work on expanding your range of motion. But if you're new to the hip circle, we're just going to kind of stay with these modest size circles. But this is a chance for you to explore, if you've been doing this for a while, to kind of see what it's like to really get tiny and internal with your movement, or really big. A few more. Again, experimenting with sizes if that's where you're at today. Changing directions as you feel like it. If you've studied with me before, you know that I don't care what side you're on. I can't see any of you, but I don't care what side you're on. If you're going the opposite direction as me, we want to get lost in the movement more than anything else. All right. So now we're going to go into a circle and a half. And so this is going to be, we're going to start by doing like a half circle with our hips. So we're going to start kind of by shifting our weight to one side, popping our hips forward and circling half circle to the other leg. So I'm shifting my weight and doing this half circle. And I am doing a little bit of like a straightening of my leg as I come back. Now, you can just stay with this, or you can join me in doing a circle and a half. So let me get my little, so this is going to be done on the floor. So we're kind of coming up, circling around, and coming back. And circling around, and back. Circle, and back. Keep going. And again, you can always just do your half circle. And you can also use this to expand your range of motion a little bit. See if you want to do it big or small. All right, so our next move, we're still going with circles. We're going to bring our weight to one side. I have my hip directly over my foot, and I'm going to draw circles like on the floor. There we go. Square my hips off to you. All right, so I'm circling over this foot. So one-sided hip. So the first one was centered kind of on our pelvic floor. This one, I could actually do this one on one leg if I wanted to. Circling. Just on the one side. Change directions. You can keep your arms out. You can keep them here. If you've been doing this a while, you can add other arms. If you are doing this for the first time, don't add other arms. Not yet. Good. We're going to switch over to the other side, shift our weight, and we're going to do that one-sided circle on the other side. Sorry for my ladder. Okay. Changing directions, experimenting with size if you've been doing this before. We're experimenting with arms. Again, changing directions here and there. Weight over the one foot. And then you can keep doing this. If this is challenging enough, you can just keep doing that. Otherwise, we're going to go into our circle and a half. So this is the circle and a half here. So this is going to be, we're going to circle on one hip, come around to the other side, and circle. We used to call this the safety pin. So it's a one-sided circle. Come around. If anyone has any questions about this, you can put them in the chat. So circling over one leg, and then swooping across the back, circling, swooping forward. And this is the shape that we're making here. Now, again, you can still just keep working on that one-sided circle, but also if you're doing this move and if it's complicated enough the way we're doing it, you can just stay there. Otherwise, we're going to change directions. So if you were going one way, we're going to go around the other way, circling on one side, forward, circle, back. Again, adding arms. If you've done this before and you want to add an extra little layer for yourself. Good. Now we're going to take a nice big circle just to kind of as a stretch, not so much as a dance move. So I'm doing like body rolls almost, sort of counterweight with my upper body. Just kind of stretch out my hips, my low back. All right. Any questions? We doing good? All right. So we are going to do a hip twist. So with this, we want to keep our upper body still. And with really everything that we're doing, we want to have our feet and our knees straight forward. So if you've, again, taken ballet, you're used to kind of being turned out, you're going to have your feet and ankles right directly underneath. You want to have them nice and soft. This one is especially if you are holding your stomach in, you will probably get a cramp. And we're just going to twist with our hips. So it's like as if I was tapping forward, like if I have my fingers here, I'm tapping forward with my hip bones against my fingers here, okay? So it's just this little twist that is parallel to the floor. So nice twist here. I'm gonna get us some new music. Go. Hopefully you can hear that. Twist, speeding it up just a little bit. Remember your soft knees. Your feet should be firmly planted on the floor. Upper body nice and still. Arms shouldn't be moving, ideally. Twist, twist. Speed it up a little bit. Now, just an option, you can stay here doing it either slow or fast, depending on what you need today, or you can shift your weight and go over one side and then to the other. Or if this is new to you, you'll just stay right here in the center at whatever speed works for you. If you have stopped breathing or holding your stomach in, you might get a cramp. So make sure you're breathing deeply, not holding your stomach in. Now we're going to take this and we're going to bring it up into our upper body. So hips are going to be still, just our shoulders. Tap forward, 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 forward. Tap, 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 tap. You can stay right here or speed it up. One thing with this movement, if you're new to this, you're going to want to lift up out of your hips. So if you're kind of down here, when you do this, your hips are going to move. So you want to make sure that you're lifted up out of your hips, away from your hips, lifting up. And speed up as you can. If you've done this before, you can do similar thing, just shifting side to side. Or you might still be here, slowly developing some range of motion with your shoulders. But just experiment with your shoulder shimmy. You can come forward and back, and forward, and back, and forward, and back. Good. Now, we're going to do a little alternating between lower and upper. All right, take a little bit of a stretch, reach over, stretch your side body, and over to the other side. And reach out, pinching your shoulder blades together again. All right, so we are going to do a little transition to some arms. So this is our snake arm. So if we just do one arm, we're going to lift up with our elbow and down. Lift up and down. Other side. And then we can alternate. Or if you just want to work on one arm at a time, this can feel a little bit like this in the beginning. So if you're new to this, then you might want to just do one arm at a time. If you've been doing this for a while, you can make the movement smaller. You can bring it in a little bit rather than these large movements, and that will give you a little bit more of a fluid arm workout here. And the smaller you make this, the more of an arm workout you'll get. But you can also just stay here with one arm coming up and down. But experiment. And then if you're up for it, we're going to small, reach, small, reach, small. Again, you can just be doing your single arm at this point if that's what works for you. Working to make this as fluid as you can. I find with this movement that it helps to think about only the upper lift. So as opposed to thinking about like, okay, this arm's going up and this arm's going down, just think about reaching up. If your arms get tired, you can also always do this movement low, which can sort of help. All right, good. Any questions? No, we're good. All right. So we're going to do just a little bit with our upper body. So we're going to do kind of like a standing cat-cow. So just arching and contracting our spine, warming things up a little bit. I don't know who's here, so I don't know what levels we're at. Please, please, please in the comments, if there's anything, if I need to slow down or speed up, give you more layers, let me know. Okay, now we're going to start with a chest slide. So we're going to slide our rib cage to the side, keeping our hips still. Arms can be out or they can be on your hips. Sliding. And in the beginning, your chest slide might be really small. So it doesn't have to be a big movement. It's going to be kind of intense in the beginning. If that's enough, you can stay right here. If you want more, you can start circling. So bring it to the front and back. As I'm doing this circle, it's like circled over my hips, circling around. And as I go to the back, I am sort of pulling in my abdominal muscles here to make that circle smooth and rounded and engaged. And we're going to try to change directions. Start slow. Notice if there's any catches or places that you need to bring a little bit of extra breath to make it smooth. Now, if this is where you're at, just stay continuing to work on this. But if you want, you can also try a circle and a half. So this is to remind you, our circle and a half here. So I'm going to start by doing just a pull back. So pull back and back and back. So half circle. And then I'll add this circle and a half. If this is your first class, maybe don't do the circle and a half. Just keep working on the circle or the half circle or even the rib slide. Okay? Good. So nice stretch again into our standing cat-cow. Can feel nice right about now to do a little bit of a forward fold. So let's go into that. Let your spine down. Hang loose. Come up, tracing the fronts of your legs. And then we're going to open up just into another stretch before we go into our next moves. All right. No questions? All right. So we are going to go into some shimmies. So we're going to introduce our basic shimmy is going to be a leg shimmy. So again, our feet and our knees are facing forward. And when we do our shimmy, we're going to bring our knees back and forth. All right. And the important thing, one of the important things, is that we want to make sure that our hips are getting involved as well. So we want, like, as we get our knees going, our hips are going to go up and down into a little shimmy. And we're going to speed this up. So we're going to start slow and speed it up. So, all right, so that's shimmy number one. Shimmy number two is going to be our twist that we did earlier, but we're going to make it fast. So let's try that, remembering to breathe, not hold our stomach in, and get this little fast twist. And then our last shimmy is going to be our shoulder shimmy. So that's just this tapping forward, but speeding that up if you can. Otherwise, you can just keep going slow with that. So we're going to go through these shimmies. You can do the basic shimmy with me, but I'll also be adding some layers that are optional. And if you've been doing this for a while, then you can join me in those. All right? Okay. So you guys can hear the music. So we're gonna get going. Just stay with your shimmy. If you can just go slow right now, that's fine too. If you want, and you've been doing this a while, try to smoothly add your snake arm. Now we're going to twist, speed it up. You can also do this with your twist. Much harder, but you can do it in time. Just a little challenge to try today. Good. All right, so twist. Another alternative is to shift weight, doing our fast twist. Foot in place. Back to our legs. If you want, you can shift weight, optional. If this is your first class, please don't. Back to our twist. Speed it up. Shoulder. Back. Optional. You might still just be trying to get the rhythm down with your shoulders, and that's fine too. But you can play around with direction. Back to our legs. Try shifting weight. And then into a circle maybe, if you've been doing this a while and need a challenge. Back to twist. You can experiment by going up on your toes. That can be another challenge to try. Or a little plie. Speeding up a little bit more. So forward back motion. Again, you can try. Good. Shoulder. Leg shimmy. When you lose your shimmy, which if you're new to this, you will, just get it back again. Find your groove. A little more. Back to our twist. Shoulder. Legs. Twist. Shoulder. Legs. Shoulder. Twist. Okay, you're all doing good out there? All right. All right, so we're gonna do a little cool down. And let's take a nice reach up. And this YouTube is a little different than the last time I did it. I'm sorry, it's kind of glitchy. We're gonna have to try this again, smoothing out the glitches and the music and You might not be the only beginner. There might be more. I don't know who's here today. I know I've got a few of you out there, but I'm not sure what levels. But thanks for being here and giving it a try. Do you have any questions, Jess? Or anyone else? All right. Sorry, I got all distracted. Let's take a nice stretch. Do whatever stretch you need in your body after that. Good. Another little cat-cow. Stretching out our spine. All right. Any questions from anybody? No? All right. Well, thank you all for being here. And it was nice dancing with you. And I hope everyone has a really wonderful evening. Thanks so much.